Alright, I think in the meantime, between the chassis and other little tidbits that I got to take care of on this radio, we're going to move over here to get started on this case for the clipper. I was thinking that this one here was the better case than the other one. The other one is the bomber. It's got the airplane on it, but basically they're both the same. But this one here is the one that's got the corner damage on it right there. Serious cancer going right there, and that's not the only spot. Upon further inspection, I've got a seam that's coming apart. Well, it's not really a seam, it's a crack that's kind of going right there, and if you look right there, you can see right through that edge right there. This is where this front piece here is laminated on to the front face of this thing. This here is just a piece of plywood that is cut and to fit into this, and they glued it up with little wedgies and spots around this face here. And then when they put the Tolex on, they just lapped it here and around. And then this piece here is wrapped all the way from that lower corner around this corner, around this corner, and around that corner just a little bit. And that takes care of the seam all around here. And then this here is lapped from this point around and around and around that. So and this here becomes a seam around that edge. And then of course the back cover is done to match the pattern around the round radio, the other axis. So we've got cancer going all through there. We got cancer started there. We have a major epidemic here, and it's missing a foot. The rest of it looks pretty good. I don't know if I'm going to be able to patch that in and make it look right, because I got a feeling I'm not going to have much patch material to work with, because the owner is sending me a patch piece, and I'm not really sure how much of it is. I need it here, I need it there, and I need it here. I don't know, that right there could probably be kind of smoothed a little bit to get it back together here. A lot of this stuff is actually pretty good. We stripped off the hardware here, and we took the back cover off of its hinges. All they are is some little pins that are put in from the midpoint here, in the middle outwards to the corner, to the ends, and just about like house door hinges. And you just take a center punch and you start punching through as far as you can get, and then take a little nail and push it on the way through. and the back will come off. The little brads, or whatever you call them, they're the split point. They're split point little tacks, and they have little thin legs on them, so that whenever you drill your pilot hole a little tight, and when you push those in, whatever you don't drill all the way through, and whenever you put the pin in there and it encounters that wood, it starts to spread it like a staple, and it grips, and they're a little bit of a tussle to get out. So we removed all the top hasps on this case. I'm going to try to not have to do it with these hinges and these hinges, although there's only two holding the bottom ones on. I might go that far just so we can get those things cleaned up, because they're pretty doggone ugly. I'm not sure about these here. I'm going to see if I can get them cleaned up like they are on here with some of my with some of my puffs there. So what we're going to do is I've got it pretty much to what I need to get it to for doing some work. I still got to go get me something so I can fill this up and get it, because you can't just pack this stuff into here and be done with it. It's going to have to be worked, because that hole goes all the way through. This hole doesn't go all the way through, but it's in a glue point, and you can see that right there is see, even the top is coming loose. So we're gonna have to do some regluing, redoing, and re-screwing this thing to get it back to normal. So stand by, we'll think of something. All right, we're back in the shed. It is 5:30 in the evening, Friday. We had to go back in on this chassis. I was doing some validating here, some additional validating, because it wasn't checking out quite right. I made a boo-boo and swapped two of the E-caps, which probably made it not as good as it should be performance-wise. So I had to make the swap. I had to move this one from there to here, and this one from here to there, and that made it all right again. And then the tones. I was double checking the tones, and boy, I tell you, they sure went ring around the rosies on this design. I just couldn't, you know, I had to do double, triple, quadruple take. I had to look at it in a magnifying glass. I had to look at it cross-sided, standing on one foot with my tongue in my cheek. I tell you, man, they went loop-de-loop around this whole doggone thing. I don't know if this was one of them original thoughts and they cleaned it up later in the production. But anyway, they all seem to be doing about the same thing. And while I was at it, I double checked some of the resistors in here. I did replace that one, and I did replace that one. Some of the caps got replaced. I know I said I wasn't going to bother with them because I believe they should be good. They probably were good. But what I was seeing in here wasn't driving with the schematic. So I'm guessing what they did was when they did the recapping, they put in what they had. So you can look back at the other ones and see that I replaced. That one there was replaced. This one was. That one was. That one was. That one was. So yeah, they, and then I decided these here are tone caps. Those there up there, this one up here is a tone cap. Some of these others here, the original ones that were already in there, are probably part of the tone circuit also. I didn't get around to doing all of those, but I did that one, and that one I think was okay. Yeah, that's that one there. And while I was double checking the connections here on my, according to my thing, I noticed a couple of things that were a variant from my original take on a bomber that I did, I don't know, earlier this year or late last year. And while I was double checking that, I was looking at this, seeing how it was connected up, and noticed that, let's see if I can get this up here where, here we go with the doggone stinking like a Lincoln frickin' fricka. That white one there, well, kind of white, and this one here, and one other, might not be able to see it right there. It is cracked. There, you can see that bare wire there. Even though it runs on the outside of the loom, the mesh loom, in spots, it is missing some, and there's a good possibility that it would wear to a point that it would short against that braid, and I don't want that to happen. So, and the brown one, you can see that it's coming loose too. That one there, unfortunately, goes inside that loom, that braided loom. So that means I'm going to have to replace all those wires, pretty much all the wires. I might as well replace them because one is in the loom, and I'll never get that brown one back in through there with those other three in there. So I'm going to have to replace all four of those in the loom. One outside the loom is 5, and there are 8 wires total. I think I can get by with leaving the red, the green, the blue, the red, green, and the blue. Yeah, that's 8 wires. So I'm replacing the other 5. So that's on my plate. Now, let's see, what else was there? Oh yeah, got the speaker reconed and the spider reattached. So we're gonna check that out later on. We'll have to see how this goes. Doggie's meal is up next. I think I got the case in the previous segment, so we're just about there. So stand by, and there'll be more coming this way. Oh, I forgot to mention, I got my decals today for the airline, so we're going to have to make room for Daddy pretty soon. I'm going to try and get this to a point to where I can do that. I'm waiting for patchwork coming from the owner of the clipper, and seeing if there's enough material there to do what I need to do with that case. So hang on, we'll be back for more punishment. Thanks for watching.